Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Christmas edition of Hot and Trendy with Jesse and Luchi. Oh, this is our first Christmas edition together, right?
Yeah. I think so. It's our very first edition.
That's really amazing.
Yeah.
So, today we'll be bringing you some fantastic news of what goes around the UK and other parts of the world. Hope you have a great time listening. Thank you. The headline of our first story is activists are dying in jail, and this is from the Daily Mirror. What we can get from this is eight Palestine action activists. They are like now on hunger strikes in the around places in the UK prison. This is what the doctors have said. A doctor called Dr. James Smith. He or she said that they need continuous monitoring in hospital. Um, there's this lady called Shamina Alam. Most people might know about her. She said her brother Cameron Ahmed, he's awaiting trial, and his heart is kind of giving up on him because he knew he's not going to win. And now that they're on a hunger strike and all that, they know he has less time of surviving. The MOJ, they've said that it is monitoring like his ability, like how he can even know that. So let's just see how it goes. But if you ask me, um, depending on what they're campaigning for, I don't think most of these people should be in jail because some of them are doing it for good.
It's obvious what they're campaigning for. They're campaigning for against the war in Palestine, obviously. And you can remember around 400 persons were arrested in a single day in London. And I think there were several other arrests. Well, I think the government knows that these people are not criminals. Okay, they're not criminals. They only protested against something they think it is inhuman. So I wonder why they. I'm surprised to hear they're still in jail because it's been months since that arrest happened, and I don't know why you were trying into courts. It's a misdemeanor, if you ask me. Just you know, probably you can call it disturbing the peace. Because I don't think those rallies or protests were violent at any point. Please, I think the government should. Well, I assume I'm trying to assume there will be non-governmental organizations who try to fight to protect human rights, especially people who have been arrested and spending time in prisons unjustly. I think this is a call for them to look into cases like this and see how people who have not committed any crime and are dying in prison should not even be there in the first place. I think that's that for what I have to say for that. You know.
Okay. The headline of our next story is driver admits killing man in Christmas collision, and this is from the Daily Express. What we can get from this is a motorist. He has admitted hitting and killing a man with his car on Christmas Day in London West End. Anthony Gilherney, he is 31. He is on trial at the Old Bailey because he's been accused of unprovoked attack against five people in 2024, including using his Mercedes to kill Aidan Chapman, who's 25. Um, he also allegedly knocked over a complete stranger who goes by the name Arif Khan before getting out to attack him, and then he deliberately drove at three other people. And this like three other people. Their names are Marcelo Basbos, Garcia. The other person is Miguel Wellrich, and then the third person is Tyrone Ito. And the defendant from Harlow Access, he denied murder, wounding with intent, and three attempted murder, two counts of causing grievous bodily harm with intent, and one count of attempting to cause GBH. So he denied all this crime. He denied trying to kill someone, denied being aggressive, denied trying to kill three other people, and denied also killing someone. That's a lot of crime for him to deny because I'm pretty. They have this on CCTV camera, but there's no need for you to deny
So when
that.
you say GBH,
Yeah.
some persons out there might not know what it means. So don't think it's something one very, obscure or something. The meaning it's just grievous bodily harm. G for grievous, B for bodily, and H for harm. Okay, for young viewers out there.
And also, on Tuesday, sorry, on Monday, the 15th of December 2025, he pleaded guilty to alternative counts added to the indictment, like in all the crimes committed, they added that to it. And also, um, he'll be facing some like judgment because he really deserves all this thing he's done. And the jurors were told that they were told that they're still considering whether to add more of, because this is not the only crime he's committed. He committed other crimes, so they're thinking of adding that to this crime or like just doing this one. And for now, all we know is Gil Henny. He denies all the charges that were put against him, and so the trial still continues.
If he has been committing other crimes before, there's no point asking if he should add this one. You know, he's a repeated offender. He should be given whatever punishment the system requires deems fit for him. No point, you know. Sorry, unfortunately, it's a Christmas season where people are supposed to be merry and happy, joyful, and you need to be careful out there. If you're celebrating, if you're going out, careful and be mindful of actually when you're on using the main roads, using the walkways and all that. Just be careful because while you're out there trying to celebrate, some persons are out there over celebrating. They might have gotten drunk and you know people live carelessly. Let's be honest. So just be careful out there, okay, and celebrate responsibly.
Our next news, which is from the Daily Mirror as well. The headline of it is kids asked if they caused Chris illness, and the kids of Sir Chris Hoy. Most of you might know him as the Olympian. His kids are worried about that because now their dad has cancer, and they've been worried if it's because they've been naughty, because they haven't been listening, or and they've also been asking questions like, oh, will I catch this? Will he die? And like questions that kids their age will like be wondering about. So the Olympian, who is 49, he was diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer in September 2023. And last year, which is 2024, it revealed that the disease was terminal. And he and a lady, Sarah, who's his wife, they have two children, Callum, who's 11, and Chloe, who's 8. Sarah, who she was also told that she had multiple sclerosis a week after Chris got diagnosed. And they told the BBC film that they were scared, that the children were scared if they were going to catch it, if the dad would die, or if just like questions kids their age should be asking. And what I can see from the kid, they didn't really get what it meant because they were thinking, oh, if it's because of their bad behavior, their parents are like this and all that. So I send my regards to the family. Hope they're all right.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate situation, especially for someone who's you know giving his life to sports. You know, well, I encourage the children just look back at the life the father has lived and see he was a very responsible man who's quite unfortunate now to be facing this situation. But he's lived a very decent life because you can't be in sports and not live healthy. Talking about not getting into alcoholism, drug abuse and all what have you. So it's not because the dad was not even responsible. It's not even the fault of the dad. These things happen. It's life. Life happens. Okay, so I think somebody who's around them should be you know able to educate them and let them know it's just life happening. Okay.
The last news for me, it's from the Daily Mirror.
Sorry, this is the last news.
Yes.
Okay, just hold a minute before you give the last news. So I have a news here about. I'm sure most of us saw the boxing match between Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul. That fight was an epic fight that went down massively, and a lot of people talked about it before the fight, and it was talk of the town, it's trendy. And Now, this is the news. It broke some records, though didn't break every record. Yeah, it did break some records. And according to Netflix, um, 33 million viewers globally tuned in to watch the main event from the opening to the closing bell. And additionally, the event ranked in the Netflix top 10 in 91 countries. 91 countries to top 10. And first, that's number one in 45 countries, including the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Germany, Australia, Mexico, and Argentina. It's number one. That's a huge fight. And why you think, oh wow, you've been blown away by these numbers and figures. Shock you. Okay. It's shocking to know that these numbers or this fight also falls short of Jake Paul's first, sorry, or last appearance on Netflix, talking about his fight with Mike Tyson, Iron Mike. That was a huge fight, and I remember staying awake that night to make sure that I don't miss any moment of that match. And that fight was is currently the highest in Netflix now, and it was said to have had 60 million viewers, including 38 million in the United States alone. Now we're having 33 in total for the Anthony Joshua fight and the boss fight that happened just days ago. 33 million, and that's for the whole viewership. But in the United States alone, for the previous fight he had with Tyson, he gathered 38 million viewership. Wow, in US alone. It is also ranked slightly behind the championship fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez this past September, which had an audience of 36 million for the main event and 41 million for the event as a whole. I thought boxing. Well, some of you who don't know how big boxing is, boxing is a big sport. Not many people are fan of the aggressive nature, and but it is what it is. It's a huge sport and it's got lots of fans. But I never knew it would have this large viewership on Netflix because well, it's a good thing. I'll say this match is being aired live on Netflix. To me, it's a very welcome development and it makes it easy for the sports to be loved and appreciated. Because it's what you see, you love and appreciate. So now people get to see the match live on Netflix and they get to love it as well. So that's that for the boxing match. And you remember in that fight, AJ, my boy Anthony Joshua, called out Tyson Fury, who he has been hoping to fight, and told him, don't do much chatting, okay? Stop tweeting with your fingers, with your mouth, I mean. Let's tweet without punches. Well, I can't wait to see that fight, okay? And bring you more stories about it as it unfolds, okay? All right, Jesse.
Um, the headline of our last story from the Daily Mirror. The headline is CCTV shows killer return after two row. And this is about how like CCTV footage shows the moment a man he strode back into Sainsbury to launch a fatal attack after a row about queuing. So Emmanuel-Williams, 30, he struck like he punched or hit Andrew Clark, who's 43, with an open palm, like his hand. The dad fell and he suffered some brain damage and he died 3 days later in hospital. And the court they heard that he had challenged so Andrew Clark he challenged Williams when he tried to push in the queue in the store in Beckham, South East London. And William he left but then came back and he hit Mr. Clark. He wasn't arrested in Croydon, South London, after sentenced to 5 years and 3 months after admitting manslaughter. The judge, Andrew Lee, he told Woolwich Crown Court that Andrew Clark was much loved and it should never have happened. So, if what I can say from this is, I don't get why um Williams was angry in the first place, because he pushed in the line. The people who might like be rushing home, trying to get the kids from school, trying to do one thing or the other, and he just can't push in because he thinks he's more important than someone else. And also, and I get that Andrew Clark, he was trying to do the right thing, but he should have thought about it that one, he's fighting someone, like he's speaking to someone who's younger than him, like that might not even pay attention to what he's saying, and that's all I can say from it. That's all I have to say from that.
For the fact that it's somebody who's younger than him doesn't mean he can't talk to the person. I don't get, because as a matter of fact, speaking to somebody about indecent behavior in public, trying to break queue, trot queue. If someone younger is doing it and someone younger than me is doing it and I'm there, I think it's a responsible thing for me as a more matured person. Speak to the person like what you're doing is not good. So I don't think it's wrong for him to speak to him because he was younger. It's it's just something that needs to be done. And some people try to be very disorderly. That's a fact. They don't care about being orderly. I don't know, but you see, this is what happens when you try to be foolish. You do foolish things and you end up paying for it. Now he's committed murder. He's going to be charged for murder, and he's going to face the law. He was in a hurry now to get in front of the queue. Right now, his life is going to be cut short because he's going to spend a long time in prison. Well, fortunately for him, anyway, because I don't think when he punched him, he actually meant to kill him. This so happens. Okay, we need to control ourselves, behave properly in public, you know, and look out for other persons. Don't just be selfish. The world doesn't revolve around you alone. Okay, the world doesn't revolve around you. So okay, um, so we had some matches from EFL, you know, just some few days back, and some teams have progressed to the semi-finals. And let's bring you some of the results. So Arsenal will be playing Chelsea first of all, and so I think that game is around February 3rd of February, you know, 8 p.m. UK time, and Newcastle will be playing Man City. So these are the two teams who've qualified to semi-finals, and whoever wins between Arsenal and Chelsea will face whoever wins between Newcastle and Man City. So I'll just give you some head-to-head. I know a lot of persons will be looking forward to that match, and I mean Chelsea Arsenal match because it's going to be a London derby. It's going to be a very massive game, and because why I say it's a massive game because that game takes you to the final. So I don't think Chelsea want to lose for anyone. You can see how fierce the last APL game was. Tackles were flying left, right, and center. It was like, you know, I don't know what to call it.
Crazy.
This guy, the Ecuadorian Moses Caicedo, got sent off in the first half for a very nasty tackle. So many tackles, so many. So it's been like that anyway. It's always been like that. The rivalry is back, guys. For a while, well, it seemed, a bit calm, but I can tell you now the stakes are high. The rivalry is high. So,
One
well,
Sorry to interrupt, but one thing I can say about football, especially from that Chelsea Arsenal game, was that like being aggressive is not a way you can win the game, because he was being too aggressive and he made them go one man down.
yeah, yeah, he did cost them. Yeah, well, Arsenal were favourite to win that match in the first place anyway. And I think the game ended 1-1.
I thought it was a draw.
Yeah, it's a draw. So I think yeah. So well, they got away with the draw in the game, and they were home. Arsenal were tipped to win. So I can imagine if they didn't have that man disadvantage, probably they would have won. So you have a point. I think yeah, you do have a point. Cost the team, you know. So I'll give you some head-to-heads um, between Arsenal and Chelsea in the EFL. The rivalry has been pretty intense, and they faced off in the EFL knockout stage a few times. And the head-to-head, Arsenal they won three times, Chelsea won four, they drew once, and you see Arsenal they performed very poorly in the EFL for a very long time. You know, for over 30 years or so, thereabout, they've not won the EFL Cup, and yeah, they've been doing poorly, and so this is a chance for them to win. So if they manage somehow to win, it's going to give them an edge. The shot of trying to win the tournament. So we keep an eye on that, okay? And our next news is about the AFCON. No doubt the AFCON has been massive this year. A lot of teams have been, you know, tipped to win it because of the performance, your teams, you know, some amazing jerseys out there. I'll tell you for free. This AFCON is flashy. It's very flashy. I've loved all the jerseys I've seen. You know, the Moroccan jersey, the Tunisia, Ivory Coast, the Nigerian jersey. Well, for the Nigerian jersey, I wasn't really too impressed about the Nigerian jersey for the opening game. That's just me, my opinion. I just think it was too dull. You know, I like bright colors of jerseys. You know, like I like bright colors. See Chelsea, the blue, very sharp blue. Man City, Arsenal. You know, I like sharp colors, but that one was just too dull. Well, Nigeria, they won anyway. They won that game. You know, against Tanzania, 2 goals to 1. You know, Nigeria scored, and you know, just 2 minutes into the second half, Tanzania equalized, and just before they could finish celebrating, Lukman Ademola hit a very wonderful shot, and that was how the game ended 2-1. And also, Egypt did done very well, and although they struggled as well, it was kind of like the Nigerian game, struggled, and it took Mohamed Salah, who I'm sure Liverpool will be missing right now because, you know, Isak. I think Isak needs to send a letter of apology again, another one, to the whole Newcastle fans, and you know, maybe the players as well. Appease them in some ways because the last match against Tottenham, he came on, he scored, and he broke his leg in that same game. You can imagine. And although he's had surgery now, he's had surgery, and according to the Liverpool Football Club, the surgery was successful, and it's going to be out for months. I do hope they qualify for the World Cup, and I do hope he gets fit enough
They're
in
never.
time for the World Cup.
They're never going to.
So now Musala scored, and you can imagine if Liverpool had him now. But unfortunately, he's away representing his country. And Morocco, well, it was an easy walk in the park for them. They defeated Comoros 2 goals to 0. South Africa and Angola played a 2-1 in favor of South Africa. DR Congo versus Benin Republic ended 1 goals to 0 in favor of DR Congo. And okay, I've already told you about Nigerian match who ended 2-1 in favor of Nigeria. Burkina Faso, Equatorial Guinea ended 2 goals to 1 in favor of Burkina Faso. Ivory Coast, an African giant in this tournament, they played they won 1-0 against Mozambique. Senegal, also a powerhouse in this tournament, and Nicholas Jackson having the brace there in the game, and another goal for a substitute in the game. Sane missed a lot of chances in that game. I'll tell you, I was disappointed in him because he should have had a hat trick. Same as Nicholas Jackson as well. They both should have had a hat trick in that game. Well, they ended 3 goals to 0 in favor of them. And Mali and Zambia played a 1-all draw. Tunisia and Uganda. Uganda won 3-1, and that was how the first game ended. And sorry, Tunisia won 3-1. I mean, 3 goals to 1 in favor of Tunisia. So we'll keep you posted about the games that unfold for AFCONs. And from us today, I think that's about it for us today. And in this Christmas edition, like Jesse said in the beginning, it's our first Christmas edition, and we hope we've done justice to all the gist around the corner and what have you. And we look forward to bringing you more hot and trendy gist in the coming year, 2026. And if you have enjoyed this, time with us, and you want to see more of these clips and you want your kids to see them, please do share clips to them, your kids, your cousins, your family members, your friends, your colleagues who've got kids. Because this, I tell you, this channel is basically to bring you gist, news, making the rounds, and also to give you some good advice, how to live your life free from trouble, especially. Okay, so like, share, and subscribe to this page, and hope to see you in the coming years. All right, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you all.
Bye. Have a good
Bye.
Christmas.
Have a good Christmas. Bye.